It's the first day of the month and a full moon. This reading is really important that you see this today. I'm getting a lot of energy of someone who may be going through a bit of change lately. Maybe you've decided on a path. This one as well. Okay. The very first card we have is the Emperor. And this one is Macau, like unto God. And this angel represents political authority, gives safe travel, and protects against conspiracies. The Emperor for this group is really giving that energy that you've got a plan, you've made changes to get this plan in place. So you could be someone who is going through the process of a spiritual awakening, maybe even, or maybe you've even aligned more with your soul's purpose. I feel like I'm talking to someone who used to think all this tarot, this other stuff was completely woo woo crazy. You would see the tarot shop on the corner and you would look at it going, oh, no, that's devil work. And now you're all into it and wondering, how can you get into it or how can you better your skills? Next, we got the King of Wands. And this one here is Daniel, God, the merciful judge. Eloquence gives answers to those in doubt. This is actually very specific for this group to actually have this angel come up because you have been doubting yourself and this angel has been coming through trying to bring that answers, that clarity that you've been seeking. And it might be why you now suddenly started going, oh, I'm going to watch some tarot videos, or they just keep popping up, and you keep going like, no, 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 no. And you finally clicked on one. Maybe this is the one that you clicked on and you're like, I just need to see if this is going to resonate for me. And you might be even still in that mindset of, I'm going to take everything with a grain of salt, and that's fine. Angel Daniel, he is here to remind you that don't doubt that feeling, that gut instinct, that intuition telling you what is right and wrong. Not all tarot readers are going to be giving you the exact message. They prefer to just tell you what you want to hear instead of what you need to hear. Next, you've got the Six of Pentacles in reverse. And this angel here, I'm going to turn it right way up. Aladea, the favorable God. And this one here is divine grace cures rage and pestilence, absolves the guilty. Yeah, I do feel as that, again, I'm just getting that sign of you're just taking a whole 180. You've been going down the highway, going down the wrong way, and finally someone's flashed the lights and you're done a 180, so you're on the right track. You're not only going on the right track, but I feel as if you're going to have people trying to divert you. Maybe you've had family members going like, don't look into this, it is the devil's work, and they're trying to get into you because that is the temptation to go back, the temptation to revert back to that same direction that you were going. What was life like when you were going in that direction? Was it that you weren't feeling yourself when you have a conversation? Were you almost having an out of body experience where you weren't even the person talking, you were just thinking, who is this person? Like, this is not me. I don't feel like me. I feel that's really resonating for someone here because it is something I used to do, but I feel as if this is for someone very specific who's watching this. And it could be the case that you're feeling so much like an imposter when you have conversations. You're not genuinely yourself. You're not you tell yourself things like, this is my work personality, this is the personality I'm allowed to have out, I can't be myself. Or why not be yourself? Who gives a shit? Be yourself. Who gives a poop? Be yourself. Who cares? Because that's the different mindset. The different mindset of who cares in the mindset of fear, and who cares in the mindset of embracing the fear and moving forward. Because guess what? Those who do care, if they have a problem, is a reflection of what they need to process themselves. That's what you need to get. Next one, it did land sideways. I am going to say this one feels like it should be upside down as well. So we got the 10 of Cups. Hayel, God, Master of the Universe. And this one here is Divine Warrior, confounds the wicked, brings victory and peace. Again, this feels as if it's meant to be upside down. So this feels as if you're very easily swayed right now. Maybe you're in a mindset of, I don't know who to trust. I don't know who to believe. I don't know what way is up, what way is down, you know, what way is up, what way is down. You don't seem to get it. You don't seem to understand what you're meant to know. And you feel so lost right now. I'm feeling a sense of either you're lost or you're not wanting to learn. It is making sure that you're learning, especially when it comes to spirituality, learning from people who do not allow their ego, do not allow their conscious self to filter the information. When we get information from spirit, we naturally will filter it. It's when you learn to process it and say it as it is, or say it as it received. For example, I'm getting pictures of trees and people walking outside. So I'm feeling as if maybe you need to be more connected with the earth. Some people might read that as you're going to have to go hug a tree. That might be something you need to do. But I'm telling you what I see, not what I feel. What I feel, and when I'm saying what I feel, is more what my conscious feels. My conscious feels as if it's something that doesn't need to be done, in a sense. Like, do I need to mention the tree? And that's where that's coming in. That's where that doubt's coming in, because you're not trusting who. There are spiritual communities you can become part of. There are so many people who are in the same boat as you who don't know. There's so many courses you can do where you can learn. But finding a spiritual community, and there's so many in real life, there's so many online, and you'll find them actually. And there's spiritual churches, they practice meditation and talk about different things, and you'll see other people using their gifts to deliver messages to those. And that is something that helps you, inspire you, bring in that thing, especially when you're doing workshops with people who are like-minded, who are still learning, so you can be on the same page. Yes, romance. Okay, so romance, that is getting that balance back into your life. You're needing to, and that this romance is more finding that inner peace within yourself, marrying the dark and the light, bringing the dark into the light, the feminine and the masculine sides coming together. This is not a physical romance. This is a romance within yourself, and finding that combined. And I do think this card also came out because I think February 14th for some of you might be significant. Maybe you're going through an anniversary, maybe it's your birthday. I feel like for some reason birthday came up. So you might You might be someone who was born on Valentine's Day. What else do we have for them today? Angels. Oh, I got a few cards. Yeah. Ask your angels for guidance. They're here for you. They want you to ask the questions. If you believe what you hear. You know, in the movie The Santa Claus, best quote that came from that movie was, seeing isn't believing. Believing is seeing. It is so true. It is so true because when you put the belief, that is when everything becomes clear. You have that clarity. Yeah, you find yourself. There is an unlikely here because there is someone here who is doubting. You might be hearing things, seeing things. Maybe you suddenly have a knowing, like you go to someone, oh, you know what, take this direction home because you don't want to get caught in traffic. And they go, nah, that's bull. and and then they call you later going, how'd you know? And you're like, well, I just got a feeling. And they just they're like, unlikely you felt like that. There's no way that you knew. You must have read something. You must have seen the news. You must have known something. Remain positive. You're going to be challenged now. And I say challenged because it's going to feel like a challenge when certain people come in to challenge what you believe. You might say something that feels completely out of left field, or you might say something that they don't understand. There's someone here trying to block you. There's someone here to, so remain positive. Remain positive. The message is not coming through. But again, if you tap someone or you see someone and you're very drawn to say something to them, you might get something in your head going, like, let's tell them that have a positive day, or we just go, hey, I have an affirmation here that I just wanted to tell you. I don't know why. And you just read it out to them and just say, look, you can take it, whatever. And you know what? It's their angels, their loved ones, your guides, making sure they got the right message for them. That person probably was feeling terrible that day, or something terrible happened, or they just needed an extra boost, and that helped them get that boost. Then you got helpful people. This is when you find that community that you want to be part of. You are going to find a community that's going to be uplifting, amazing. They're going to be insanely positive for you. Insanely positive. You're going to be not only finding like-minded people, but you're going to find people who are getting soul contract. So you might have a soul contract with them where they are here to help you. They're here to help you grow and help you flourish. You're meant to allow yourself to pull through. And this year, I've said it in my last couple of videos, but I keep getting the message every time I do a reading that this year is meant to be a really big spiritual awakening for people. A really big spiritual awakening. Now, I'm actually got a book. I'm feeling drawn to turn to page 11 and just pick a paragraph. This one here is The Tales of Beetle and the Bard. It is nothing short of amazing that many copies of the original version of this tale survived the flames of which they were so often consigned. Beetle was somewhat out of step with his times in preaching a message of brotherly love for muggles. The prosecution of witches and wizards was gathering pace all over Europe in the early 15th century. That was a very interesting thing to happen right after doing this. So that might be something that you might need to work into. Maybe you had family that was prosecuted in the past, or ancestors, or maybe it's something that that paragraph alone will be hold a truth, or someone might say something along the same lines of that paragraph. I felt very drawn for you to see that today. Okay, so I'm I am doing a bit of a longer one today, so let's go with this one. Oh, Yes, Brother Raccoon, safe place to go. Look at that. So, yes, the Brother Raccoon is telling you that you're going to have a safe place to go. You are going to be feeling that you're around the people that you're supposed to. What else do we have today for them, for this collective? What other messages come through today? I think this one here and this one here. Yes, okay. Snow White and her animal friends. You inspire trust and confidence. So this feels as if this is going to be, for the people I'm talking to right now, this is either going to be a 6 month, 8 month, maybe even a year. But you're going to be finding, once you start to get into the swing of things and once you start practicing with your spirituality and working out your clairs, you're going to be able to inspire others. It could be the case that when you talk that people are able to listen, they can't seem to look away, or maybe they feel very drawn to the words that you say as you say them. The next one is strange companions in stranger places. Challenges, use your imagination. This is all about the choices that you make, but also the people, the company you choose to keep. So you might fall into the same patterns of finding people that you're very drawn to because they bring back that safety of what you used to have. Maybe it feels like home, but it also feels very disruptive. So remember that for the Snow White in this, it's all about the company that you keep could be poisoning you. Or in Alice's one, the mushrooms, they can make you feel small. So why is that making you feel small? If you have a pet, I'm getting this right now, to pay attention to who your pet sits with. Pay attention to who your pet sits with. Apparently, that's going to be very important for you to pick up. Let's get you an affirmation. This is from the Angel Affirmations by Bradley Valentine or Valentino or something like that. Terrible with names. There we go. This one here flipped over. Okay. I trust that others' journeys are perfect for them, as mine is for me. I find happiness on my own path. This is from your guardian angels. Focus on your own dreams, express gratitude, then you will easily see all the signs we send to let you know we're here helping you. If this if this resonated with you today, definitely drop a comment on maybe a timestamp that you felt really resonated or really called you out on this. And yeah, if you're wanting a personalized reading, really in depth on what this is, I am actually going to offer a discount. I will include it in the comments if you're interested. I'm going to do a 20% discount using full moon as the discount code in capitals as one word. And yeah, if you want to do that, that's perfectly fine. But otherwise, I will see you in the next reading and catch you next time. Bye.